Our story begins with a small Raloki family. Here we have a first-time mother with her two hatchlings. Both are male, however, one is much smaller than the other. This may put him at a disadvantage in life, but we shall see what's in store for him. The Raloki is a small, omnivorous raptor-like creature. This means they can scavenge for meat or vegetation. It appears the rainy season has started early. This means the family will travel away from the open desert and more into the lush vegetation that borders. Now, this is a very rare sighting. In most clutches, the biggest Raloki will slowly beat out its siblings for food and shelter, but it seems that the older brother is actually willing to help carry the runt. With that much needed rest, he is able to now sprint. This species is most notable for its speed and stamina. However, it quickly becomes apparent how little food there is and how quickly the three of them are able to completely clear a bush. Thankfully, the cunning mother finds a half-eaten carcass for them to feast on. This should keep them full for a while, but first she must take it somewhere safe. Some time has now passed, and it seems like the little runt has begun to fill out, the signature glow beginning to form around the base of his tail. Filled with a newfound strength and curiosity, the young Raloki runs from the safety of his cave. For the first time in his life, he sees the oasis in full swing, creatures of every kind living in relative harmony in order to drink from the clean water. A little nervous at first, he hesitates, but after some nudging from his mother, he takes flight across the hot sand, skittering all the way to the water. He takes a few much-needed sips before nervously running back to his family, the scent of a nearby carcass filling his nostrils. He would survive this year, and he would be back. It is now a year later. Although thinner, it seems like this Raloki family has continued to survive. While the runt is now in his mature state, he is still slightly smaller, and it is very noticeable next to his older brother, who has started picking on him more. Playful nips, but slowly turning into full bites. The poor runt does not realize that he is being attacked by his own brother, until he is severely damaged. Instinct taking over, he dashes into the desert, hoping he can find somewhere to hide and heal. He finds a small cave to hide in, but that doesn't last long as he hears the familiar footsteps of his brother. A river! This could make or break his life. He had no other choice but to try to cross it and try to find cover. He plunges in. Gasping for air, he barely makes it out, but only to feel the familiar razor-sharp bite marks sink into the back of his neck. One final time. Then nothing. This was the ending for the poor runt Raloki. Hi guys, it's Sprout here, and I know this is something different, isn't it? But okay, so let me explain. This was a random, I guess you could call it role play. There wasn't a lot of texting. It was a role play, but it was like a non-text role play. It was just like a game role play. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, so what I'd like to do sometimes is I'll just kind of like play as a character, and then I randomly will just accept a nesting invitation, which if you don't know the game, you can nest, if you're a female creature and you're an adult, you can nest eggs, and then you can ask random people in the server to join you. And so I get asked all the time, and so I clicked yes, and then I was born as a Raloki, and I actually don't even have this creature as of now. I'm about to do some like gotcha in the background, so fingers crossed that I get it, because now I'm like in love with this little creature. But I had this tiny little, I was born, and I noticed that I had like an older brother and a mom, and they were like actively, you know, being around me, so I started recording. And that's when this documentary starts. And like, I don't know, within the span of 6 minutes, I was in awe of like what happened. And I was like, this would make a really fun documentary. And then I was like, you know what, I should really try to make documentaries like type videos, because in the Warrior Cat videos, the stories are more, you know, it makes more sense to make like a book type story, but for creatures it actually is perfect. And I've actually have seen a few people make documentaries. I'm like not the first person to do this. I'll actually link below a few people that I've like watched and was inspired to do this. So yeah, definitely didn't come up with it, but I hope you guys liked it, because I would love to make more. There's so many cool creatures, and I don't know, I kind of had a really fun time. And like I mentioned, this wasn't planned. This was random. And so, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see each other in a server one day. And if you like this, please subscribe. I'm very happy to be in the creature, you know, game content making, because it is a really fun game. And I hope even my warrior people, maybe if you don't, you know, necessarily play, I hope you still enjoyed it. Let me know below what you thought. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye!